Hi, today I wanted to share with you the artwork I made at Warrior Journey at YWCA. Warrior Journey is the intention behind this social action project is to celebrate the inner wisdom of women who have experienced violence by extending their teachings out to others who have had similar experiences. Exploring from a place of authenticity and community, these women called upon embodied and creative resources to help mediate the effects of trauma. The original art and words presented in this deck were created over several weeks as women collaborated in expressive arts and body based awareness practices. So, this is a program I did at YWCA, and currently, what has happened is this has come into a full deck of cards which made by me and other women, and I have contributed 15 pieces of my artwork in this card. And what I made on this as original now has become a card printed, and it will be distributed to whoever is wherever it's supposed to be. And also each card has its words in it, like the message from the card. So this card says, "Let my light shine in darkness, Maureen, Ernest." So I go as for my artwork, I also take my mother's name also, Kirba. So I just share myself as with my both parents' name on it. So actually this card, what does it mean is, during the Eelam war, uh, we didn't have electricity, so we used jam bottle lamp. So we created this lamp from the jam bottles, glass bottle, and it was lit by coconut oil, and it was a very little coconut oil is used to lit this lamp. So that is the purpose of making this card, to connect myself with my root of my trauma of Tamil genocide and Eelam war. So during the war, when we didn't have electricity, I didn't have electricity from 1990 to 1996 when we moved to Colombo. So during that 6 years, we basically lived without any electricity. So we started to use the refrigerator as a storeroom. Also, we didn't have we didn't use the normal iron. We used charcoal iron to iron our uniform mainly, so there was a laundryman with that charcoal iron which we used ancient time before electricity. So we kind of went back to our old ways to survive. During this time, we were banned to have for any batteries, for candles. And also the kerosene oil we received is not enough. So that is where I kind of had this, we have to use, with this little small lights, just, we will have one jam bottle per family or less than that, the survival, it was not luxury even to have a lamp. So it was a very hard time, but I also started to go back to my hard times to find the beauty in those hard times. So the beauty of living in this time of darkness is one thing we really appreciated the moonlight. Whenever there were full moon days, we played cards outside under the moonlight. We even, I remember I might be 11 or 12, a kid. We were playing uh, Born, Dog and the Bone on the street, middle of the night. So that was the beauty, how we appreciated the moonlight and how we enjoyed those full moon days, being under the moonlight. The other beauty of this darkness is I normally come from school and do all my homework, so I didn't study at night under the lamp because the light is not enough for it's not good. But there are so many people, they studied, they went to university, people succeeded under this small light. But I normally come finish everything, and I will until my grandfather died, I sat next to him and listen to his stories, and that has been a very helpful for me, and it has really taken me so far in my life because of the his all his wisdom and everything. So that opportunity happened because of the darkness, because before the darkness my grandfather used to teach the people um, until he goes to bed. He was a English teacher, so I never had that time with him. But this darkness brought that time to be bonded together with my grandfather. So that was the other beautiful experience of facing this darkness together in life. So I learned in my life, like even in my pain, in my hard time, to see the beauty in those dark moments, to be appreciate and grateful, because gratitude is a breath I breathe to survive in this world. So there is so much pain of when I think about those dark days, living in that world where we were totally disconnected from the other part of Sri Lanka and from the world. There was no telephones. It takes a long time to send a letter, and because the connection we had to the north of Sri Lanka, Jaffna, is through the sea. So the ships from ICRC and other humanitarian organizations are the one who helped to bring stuff, bring that connection with the world. But it took time. So we were so isolated, we did not know what was happening outside the world. So it took years for me to go back and see what has happened in this world, during the time I was totally isolated from this world. So there was so much to catch up, so much to learn, so much to know, because I was not aware of any like dramas, cartoons, because I have never watched for those 6 years. Even Spider-Man, Batman, all these things I watched in my 30s. So there was so much I missed in life. But regarding everything, there is also so much of beautiful things happened, and that helps me to move on. Like the bond I had with my grandfather, the moonlight, when the pain starts to come, I think about these beautiful moments I had, and that helps me to remove that pain, to look at that beauty, the look, because when I continue to look into that beautiful moments of life, it helps me to live um, in a fully life, because all when I look at the pain, it hurts me, and the pain is truth. But the thing is, with this gratitude, with this beauty, it helps me even to engage in that pain, and each step to take and own that pain with the beauty and with this amazing experience, because today I stand unique, I stand special, because many people have not experienced what I have experienced in life, and that makes me so special. Because for me, this war is makes me somebody special, and makes me different from all the other people who I encounter in my life, because many people have not lived in the experience I have lived. So I feel privileged, rather than being angry at the war and cursing it and frustrated. I feel like, oh my God, what a beautiful experience I have had to walk through it, to learn, show compassion, to forgive. All these qualities comes from my experience of this terrible time of living in that war experience. So I'm really grateful. Even this warrior's journey is part of my trauma which I have experienced, and bringing into the war into it makes it more rich, because how many people have are survivors of a genocide, survivors of war, because it is a generational thing, history has so many genocides, but it just like, it happens, time to time. So we, in a way, we are connected with the history also, because when I look at the all the genocides have happened in this world, and looking at Tamil genocide into it, I feel like sometimes it's so hard to connect. There is so much tears, so much pain, why? But at the same time, I feel also, okay, God has a plan for me to be part of a genocide. And I think, I was called to live in that moment, to be born in that moment, to experience this. So I just want to share my experience of the dark days of my life, and here I am shining my own light in those dark moments of my life. And I know the darkness cannot, you know, overcome me, or cannot, darken my life, because my light is shining in the darkness. Thank you.